Prince Harry's name has been mentioned in court documents related to allegations. Sean Diddy Combs.
Now Prince Harry has been named in a $30 million lawsuit.
There's no allegations against him or anything, but why bring him up?
Prince Harry is in a complete meltdown when Rodey Jones brings up his name in a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy.
Why Prince Harry lashed out after his name came up in the Diddy drama.
So, our confused prince just got name dropped in a lawsuit about sex trafficking, drug abuse and assault, and somehow we're supposed to believe it's just a little celebrity cameo.
Modern royal family hugs.
It seemed like cutting ties with the royal family and trailing behind his nonsense wife has damaged the reputation of the Duke of Sussex beyond limits. Prince Harry, global ambassador of Privacy Please and the unofficial spokesperson for Royal Rebellion, has managed to once again find himself exactly where he claims not to want to be, in the middle of a scandal.
But lately, it's been a full-blown...
And this time, it has nothing to do with royal feuds, Netflix documentaries, or accidental frostbite anecdotes. No, now he's being name-dropped in a lawsuit involving sex trafficking, drug-fueled parties, and allegations so dark even HBO would hesitate.
Harry has been named in a lawsuit against P. Diddy.
Our confident leader, the Duke of Sussex, has become a meme on social media after his name appeared in Diddy's court trial documents. It seemed like Prince Harry was paying heavily for listening to his celebrity wife and attending the parties of sexual abusers.
$1 million lawsuit brought by record producer Rodey Jones claims Diddy's affiliation with high-profile people such as Prince Harry gave his actions legitimacy.
So, what is all this drama about? The poor Duke just happened to be on the guest list of a billionaire mogul accused of running party nights straight out of a Jeffrey Epstein starter pack. Totally casual. Just another Tuesday for a guy who once wore a Nazi costume to a Halloween party.
The lawsuit suggests that the Duke of Sussex was one of the guests at Combs' infamous parties allegedly attended by sex workers and underage.
According to a mountain of allegations, Diddy's parties weren't just swanky A-list soirees with overpriced champagne and a DJ. No, these were full-blown hedonistic free-for-alls where guests didn't just lose their phones, they allegedly lost their rights. Music producer Lil Rod says he witnessed things straight out of a criminal thriller.
These were the people that Diddy surrounded himself by to protect himself.
When the guest list looks like the Oscars, but the accusations sound like a federal indictment, you've got a whole new genre of party luxury crime scene. These events allegedly featured a sinister formula: drugs on tap, underage girls strategically placed, cameras rolling, and a room full of celebrities to make it all look glamorous.
Lawsuit against the hip-hop mogul who is facing charges of sex trafficking and sexual abuse.
Guests like Cassie, Diddy's former girlfriend, later accused him of rape, drugging and prolonged abuse.
Sean Combs was violent. It's not a question of whether he was a terrible person.
She wasn't alone. Multiple women have filed similar allegations, with some of those cases ending quietly in settlements. Not exactly the kind of RSVP you frame on a wall.
Sexually abused multiple people. A $30 million lawsuit brought by record producer Rodey Jones claims Diddy's affiliation with high-profile people.
But what was the goal of this whole cruelty? According to the lawsuit, it was about control, blackmail and indulgence. These parties reportedly served as recruitment and leverage hubs where Diddy could allegedly record compromising footage of guests and participants. The more high-profile the attendees, the easier it was to normalise the depravity, sprinkle in a royal, a few actors and some athletes, and suddenly no one's asking why the door locks from the outside.
But somewhere in a back room or somewhere in another wing, horrible things.
If Harry's the innocent bystander here, then Diddy must be throwing Bible study at those parties, right? Prince Harry was the only royalty in the party, because nothing says I left the royal family for peace and privacy like popping champagne at an alleged sex trafficker's ultra-exclusive mansion shoulder to shoulder with guys who make Jeffrey Epstein look like a Walmart greeter.
Result of the allegations that came out in connection with the Epstein case, that they were close and that they traveled together, and there was a person that alleged that he had sexually assaulted her while
Who needs Buckingham Palace when you've got Diddy's penthouse and a front row seat to degeneracy?
However, there is no suggestion of any wrongdoing by the
Harry being on the guest list isn't just a throwaway detail, it's a carefully planted nugget meant to remind us these weren't just sketchy parties, they were high-end operations decorated with A-listers and dignitaries, like a red carpet for scandal.
I think it may have been a move to bring more credibility to the filing.
And What are the implications? That these big names, whether knowingly or not, gave legitimacy to some truly grimy behaviour. Harry was used as a pawn in the chess of sexual harassment and Hollywood grim parties. And let's be honest, there's no better human distraction than tossing Prince Harry into the room.
He being Diddy, was using his fame, fortune, and influence to insulate himself.
Then came the federal raids. Yes, the government raids on Diddy's properties in both LA and Miami. You know it's serious when the government shows up with more force than a Grammy after-party. They're not looking for missed RSVPs, they're investigating sex trafficking and other alleged illegal activities that Diddy swears are just fiction. Pure fiction, he says. Like a fairy tale, except the only thing missing is a body count.
The American hip-hop mogul's homes have been raided by authorities in relation...
Let's be clear, Harry isn't accused of a single crime, he's not under investigation, and there's no evidence he was rubbing shoulders with Diddy at any of the alleged NSFW nightmares disguised as celebrity parties. His name appears in the lawsuit simply to show how A-list Diddy's guest lists were. You know, the kind of guests who make disturbing parties seem respectable.
National dignitaries like British royal Prince Harry. Why even name Prince Harry? There's no allegations against him or anything, but why bring him up?
But in the real world, where perception is everything and reputation is currency, even a casual mention in a lawsuit like this is a reputational nuke. Because here's the thing, Prince Harry isn't starting from a clean slate. His image isn't exactly sparkling right now, it's more like a muddy pair of boots trying to walk the red carpet.
There are various floors and wings, so it is completely possible that he was there and did not participate.
This is the same Harry who wore a Nazi costume to a party in 2005 and chalked it up to poor judgment. The same Harry whose memoir casually included stories of drug use, kill counts in Afghanistan, and awkward frostbite in royal palaces. And let's not forget the public fallout with his own family, the messy royal exit, the Netflix tell-alls, and a Spotify deal so underwhelming even the company ghosted them.
This is making sure the focus is firmly on her family and on her health, and as she said in her...
In short, Harry's reputation has been through a blender, and now someone just threw in a rotten banana named Sean Combs. Because nothing screams new chapter like being background noise in a sex trafficking lawsuit.
But Prince Harry and the way that it was mentioned seemed to be very, again, just sort of...
Just think, 1 second you're the royal rebel trying to rebrand as a woke humanitarian in California, and the next you're name dropped in a lawsuit where federal agents are seizing hard drives from a mansion full of alleged crimes. Not a good look for someone who sells himself as a mental health advocate and family man. The real danger for Harry isn't legal, it's reputational.
It's possible that Prince Harry may be able to preserve his reputation.
Public trust is already shaky, and this adds another layer of doubt. People start asking, why was he even associated with Diddy? Were those parties as innocent as they seemed? Even without evidence, the court of public opinion loves guilt by association, especially when you're already polarizing.
In light of everything him and the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, have been through, I truly really hope that, you know, he's able to completely distance himself.
Innocent or not, when your name shows up in a lawsuit with Diddy, you're not networking, you're sinking. Harry doesn't need to be guilty to be damaged. All it takes is one scandal-adjacent headline, one viral tweet, one YouTube clip with the right thumbnail, and boom, another PR crisis. And this time, no Netflix docuseries can clean it up.
Netflix looks like it could go as well. This is a terrible story of poverty and struggle from two very decent...
He is standing alone, as Buckingham Palace didn't want them to associate with him.
He files any sort of defamation suit.
It's possible that Prince Harry may be able to preserve his reputation. But again, just in...
This loneliness and mess could be the end of Prince Harry. He has just earned himself a VIP seat in the Guilt by Association Hall of Fame, right between Bill Clinton and a particularly well-used private jet.
That one, but again, since...
Clinton's name clung to Jeffrey Epstein for years, not because prosecutors ever hauled him into court, but because flight logs showed the 42nd president hitching rides on the so-called Lolita Express in 2002-3 and attending a handful of Epstein's swanky gatherings. No indictments, no charges, just columns of ink and a lifetime supply of eyebrow raises.
Any comments on the alleged allegation of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein? No.
If mere proximity can drag a two-term president into permanent side-eye, what does it do to the spare heir turned podcast dropout? Today's fine print disclaimer is tomorrow's YouTube conspiracy thumbnail. Royal crest splashed across an FBI raid. The Sussex PR machine now has to fight rumours that Harry partied where alleged trafficking was planned, even if the closest he got was a handshake at a 2007 Diana tribute concert.
I never engaged in any inappropriate behavior or other details that he may see fit to share.
Clinton's saga proves the math. Fame plus scandalous host icks a reputational limbo, whether or not you ever set foot on an island or in a penthouse VIP room. Harry's best hope? Issue a brisk statement, bury himself in legitimate charity projects, and pray Diddy's legal drama fades faster than Archie Wells' Spotify contract.
To wait and see on that one. But again, since it was such a minuscule mention in the greater context of this filing, he may be okay.
Because in the court of public opinion, innocence is boring. Guilt by guest list is the real headline gold. What are your thoughts about it? Do share with us in the comments section. And subscribe to our channel for more details.